So it's something that will be familiar for those that have visited or from a Middle Eastern background. For those that aren't, it should be something that's really exciting and inviting. I am Bobak Champion. I'm a developed with artist, and I'm a dad, a choreographer, a dancer, a theatre maker. I am a wiry Iranian British guy, and I'm wearing some comfortable blue shalvar, Iranian trousers, some socks, a Casio watch. I've got some greasy hair that's kind of slicked back with a skin fade. I'm wearing a t-shirt that says, "Migration is not a crime," and it's got a picture of Paddington Bear with his suitcases and a brolly. The work I'm developing doesn't have a name yet at this stage. I'm just getting stuck into the idea. This is day one in the studio. We've only had a couple of hours. I'm really excited about it. It's going to be a family show, and I'm really keen that it's interactive in some way as well. So rather than just asking young people to sit and watch something, it's going to be something that they can come and get hands on. They might be able to play, let off steam in some way, and then there'll be a performative aspect as well. I love hip-hop as a form. I think it's really immediate, really engaging, whether that's popping, breaking, beatbox. I'm also educating myself and really passionate about learning more and exposing some of the culture from Iran. And as well as being exposed to beats and song and melody from the Middle East, can expect some moments of joy and humour. I think we all need that right now. What is the work about? Well, each project is slightly different. There's the kind of two huge areas within themselves. One is to do with representation of the Middle East. My mum was born in Iran, and often that is portrayed as just a country full of terrorists and negative things. Just like this country, it has its positives, it has its negatives. So the work is usually often about trying to find a balance, rearrange the furniture in people's minds. And also, it's a Muslim country. Again, there just seems to be so much fear, just in the simple terms, Islam or Muslim. So quite often that is a theme as well. I grew up in a white neighbourhood in South Bristol. The National Front were the kind of prevalent group on the far right. There was a lot of Pakistani bashing, gay bashing, and I had it kind of beaten out of me in the playground that it was positive to be different or other. I really wanted to fit in. I shortened my name to Bob. That carried on for a few years, but then I discovered dance, the joy of hip hop. Started surrounding myself by other artists, other dancers. Those quite heavy, quite negative influences at first got me depressed and angry, and then kind of always channeled that into making work. At the same time, had a couple of trips to Iran that were really formative, that kind of really shifted my thinking. I was just met with such warmth and love, and not just by family, but people I was meeting on the street. And yeah, it really started to shift my thinking. So right now I'm transitioning from being a solo freelance artist to creating a company, and the artist's relationship with the Lowry has been essential to that. They've got really great connections to other companies and organisations that have made that transition very recently. I've had a development day here where I could pin down a company name, start to do things like audition nationally. Up until this point, I've just been kind of like calling people out in various groups on my phone, working with friends, contacts in the business, but to be able to just open that whole process up and have some guidance and support in that is essential. I'm not a choreographer that's usually used to particularly working with set design. I was thinking about a high-end shisha bar, but just like a rich, lush, homely, or perhaps a Persian living room, and creating something like that on stage, but that could also be taken into a community setting. So it's something that will be familiar for those that have visited or from a Middle Eastern background. For those that aren't, it should be something that's really exciting and inviting. The other element is clowning. So there'll be an R&D phase where I actually go out into the streets and for the first time do street clowning. I've been really inspired by other street clowns I've seen across Europe. So yeah, I'm excited to go out onto the streets and see what that develops, test some ideas, see the reaction from the public, bring that into the studio. And the other part of R&D is going to be centered around working with the musicians, teaching each other songs. I still feel like I've got somewhat of a khareji or gringo kind of foreign ear to Iranian music. So I really want to like refine my own ear, which I'm really looking forward to, share songs, share music. I want to achieve having created a fantastic family show, which I can hand over to other performers than myself to get stuck into and deliver. And I want people to go away from that performance and feel like they can say something positive about something they've experienced from the Middle East. Maybe they might want to go and find their local Iranian restaurant and just tell people how much they love it. They might want to go on a flight to the Middle East somewhere and just have that positive, friendly engagement, and to take not just to theatre spaces but community spaces as well, so we can create something that's warm and homely to people from the Middle East and the MENA region, or something that's exciting and intriguing to everyone really.